Greetings, friends. Charles Fellingham here, welcoming you to this episode of What Hollywood Teaches Us About. This video series takes excerpts from popular movies that support sound advice and winning strategies for important business topics. Our topic today is management by walking around, and this film segment is from Darkest Hour, a 2017 war drama film directed by Joe Wright and written by Anthony McCarten. It stars Gary Oldman as Winston Churchill and is an account of his early days as Prime Minister as Nazi Germany's Wehrmacht swept across Western Europe, threatening to defeat the United Kingdom during World War II. The German advance leads to friction at the highest levels of government, with those who would make a peace treaty with Adolf Hitler and Churchill, who refused such an idea. In this scene, Churchill is stepping out of his bubble and stepping onto the London Underground Railway to mix with and solicit the opinions of the local British people he serves. This wandering among the populace is an unusual move for Churchill or any British political figure. Let's watch now as the events ensue.
What are you all staring at? Have you never seen a Prime Minister ride the Underground before? Now, let me ask you something that's been weighing on my mind. Perhaps you can provide me with an answer. You, the British people, what is your mood? Is it confidence? Confident? How confident?
Very. Some people say it's a lost cause.
Lost causes are the only ones worth fighting for.
Too right.
Yes, now let me ask you this. If the worst came to pass and the enemy were to appear on those streets above, what would you do?
Fight.
Fight the fascists.
Fight them with anything we can lay our hands on.
Broom handles if we must, street by street.
They'll never take Piccadilly.
I never said Piccadilly, indeed. And what if I put it to you all that we might, if we ask nicely, get very favourable terms from Mr. Hitler if we enter into a peace deal with him right now? What would you say to that?
Never.
Never. Never.
Never. Never.
The responses to the Prime Minister's questions by his constituents provide clarity around his decision to either permit a negotiated settlement with the Nazis or fight to the finish. This allows him to find his resolve and his voice as he addresses his cabinet and then the Parliament.
I have thought very carefully in these last days whether it was part of my duty to consider entering into negotiations with that man. But then I spoke with Oliver Wilson, Mrs. Jessie Sutton, Mrs. Abigail Walker, Marcus Peters, Morris Baker, Alice Simpson, and Miss Margaret Jerome. Brave, good, true citizens of this kingdom, and they argued strongly that it was idle to think if we tried to make peace now, we should get better terms than if we fought it out.
There are so many takeaways from these scenes and this film. Management by walking around, MBWA, refers to a style of business management which involves managers wandering around in an unstructured manner through the workplace at random to check with employees, equipment, and on the status of ongoing work. Consultants Tom Peters and Robert H. Waterman had used the term in their 1982 book In Search of Excellence, Lessons from America's Best Run Companies, as a practice to be adopted by business leaders to stay tuned in to the frontline events. Historian Stephen B. Oates asserts that Abraham Lincoln invented the management style by informally inspecting the Union Army troops in the early part of the American Civil War. Leaders, when you face a dilemma that has a significant business impact, a personal, unscripted interaction with the people in your organization or customers that are most impacted by the outcome of your decision may be your best source for clarity and resolve. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we look forward to presenting our next episode for your education and enjoyment. And if you have any suggestions for movie clips and their messages, please pass them along to me, and I will be sure to give you credit in that production. This is Charles Fellingham saying thanks again for watching and learning, and we will see you next time.